of Nirupama Rao. This is going to be amazing. Second, this is in random order, is Mr. Sayyid Akbaruddin, a 1985 batch of IFS. He was the permanent representative of India to the UN, and he was also the former spokesperson of Ministry of External Affairs. And the third diplomat that I would like to mention over here is the current Minister of External Affairs, Mr. S. Jaishankar. Why I'm mentioning these is students at any point in time, you need to follow a few diplomats, read about them, hear what they express, add your tinge of opinion to it, and then gradually evolve yourself as the great diplomats within yourself. That's very, very important. As I look back at these 2 days, yes, definitely no words would be adequate to express our gratitude to the EB. Well, Chairperson CSW, Rojan, uh, what I wanted to, I mentioned in the inaugural address, but every time I've seen you conduct the proceedings so meticulously and flawlessly, for me, and I'm sure our students at Woodridge High would agree, you resemble the UN Secretary General, Antonio Guterres. Uh, we just hope and wish to see you at the best and the highest pinnacle of diplomatic services. Uh, I think command runs in your veins, and we are extremely thankful to you, Rojan. Vice Chair, CSW, OV. Well, I have been there for almost half of my time in the overall CSW sessions, and it's amazing. OV, all I can say is you resemble the contemporary Vijay Lakshmi Pandit. As far as the chairperson WHO, Satyajit, and vice chair Samresh, well, you had your unique ways of conducting the proceedings. On behalf of the management and board of advisors of Woodridge High, I would like to express our sincerest gratitude for making this WH-MUN truly unique with all your ways of handling all the sessions. Thank you so much. Secretariat, well, I've always found myself never short of words, but I might be, failing to express it adequately the way you all have handled the entire thing in the last fortnight or so. As a team, yes, we can, and we have done that. Secretary General Anisha Gogle, as I mentioned in my inaugural address, you're the one who would certainly be, I'm being very, very open and frank, you're the one who would certainly be attributed to get the Model United Nations in Woodridge High. It was because of you that we started last year. It was your confidence and, of course, leadership prowess which ensured that the WH-MUN, the first edition of that, has been a resounding success. Absolutely. Director General Mansi Kulkarni, as cool as ever. Charged Affairs, Ashwini Deshpande, Head of IT plus USG, Mitansh and Shaz. Mitansh, I'm slightly confused when I look at you. Do I see the Sundar Pichai to come up, or when I follow Sundar Pichai, do I see a part of Mitansh Dekate in him? I'm still clueless about that. Commendable work indeed. Head of Design, Disha Agarwal. Well, you mentioned something to Disha. I heard about it, but then I experienced it in the last 2 days, and you get it immediately on your screen in less than 30 minutes. Amazing, Disha. USG Delegate Affairs, Naman Kumpawat. I'm sure what I spoke yesterday and what I'm speaking now, this WH-MUN becomes the turning tide in your life as well. And of course, Tanishka Pagar. Content writers, Gauravi Chobe and Yuel Yangad, you always made us feel that we were never in India. We certainly were there at the United Nations itself. Well, my utmost gratitude to all the advisors, our teachers, Shivani Kulkarni ma'am, Abha Nagori ma'am, Judith Daniel ma'am, Sunita Mathur ma'am, Vijay Lakshmi Pillai ma'am, Thomas Dushing sir, and Swapnil Maske sir. I'm not mentioning a name over here because I wanted to mention that separately, and that is Ria Kothari. Ria, if you remember way back in December, earlier to that, when you were in Australia, you were the one who messaged that time that whenever Woodridge High conducts its first MUN, you wanted to be a part of that. And I believe you have been omnipresent as far as this MUN is concerned. You started as an advisor, you were a keen observer, you gave your comments. I think along with the secretariat, your role as far as the social media is concerned is again something which is extremely commendable. And well, today I believe we would like to hear you also address the students as well as the EB over here. Amazing. Thank you so much, Ria, for always being there. Uh, Hearing to all the delegates, my mind came back to one of the examples that I'd read, and I really want some of the delegates who were slightly nervous at the start of the WH-MUN to ponder upon what I'm going to say over the next 2-3 minutes. I'm giving you an example of which happened almost 100 years before. So obviously we all would have read about it. I don't know if you remember this name, but then after what I'm expressing today, students, this name is something to be cherished, persevered, and worshipped. The name that I'm mentioning is Glenn Cunningham. If you happen to hear about him, he's an athlete, but what is important is the story of his life journey. It's something which is one of its kind. Glenn, in his childhood days, was trapped in a big fire in school, and his body was almost half burned, the lower portion. Uh, Little chances of his surviving after that incident. Everyone told his mother that he might not survive, but mother being mother, she never gave up. She ensured that she kept on, doing all the requisite medical care for Glenn. Glenn gradually had absolutely indomitable will, and he ensured that slowly and gradually he started walking. He started walking from his home to the school. Gradually, he started running. And dear students, it's in February 1934 at the famous Madison Square Garden in New York, where Glenn Cunningham, the athlete, ran the fastest indoor mile ever. The next time you feel you have some kind of a phobia, the next time you feel some kind of hitch in your mind, whether you will be able to be successful or not, I really want you to think of Glenn Cunningham. Be the Glenn Cunningham. If there is someone who kind of lost half part of his body, burned, absolutely in a critical condition to survive, just imagine the willpower of that person. He comes back and how he is shattering the records which were never done before. And that's the aura, that's the charm of human will. As long as you decide that yes, there is magic in you, you will certainly be able to do that. Well, in the proceedings ahead, the winners would be declared. I deliberately wanted to have my address before the winners are declared, but I would like to mention, and this is not a general note, I'd like to mention every delegate for me is a winner, because you came out of your comfort zones, and they always say, your comfort zone is defined by your success zone. All I will appeal to you, dear students, is please increase your comfort zone so that your success zone automatically expands. I wish you all the very best. Uh, I'm extremely proud of you, and may you continue absolutely unrestricted in your thoughts and in your deeds, and deserve the best possible successful life ever. Thank you so much.
Thank you, Sandeep sir. Now I request the EB members of UNCSW please take the floor and express their views about the MUN and give away the prizes.
Just give me a minute. So I will start with a comment, then followed by Ovi, my vice chair, will be telling me what the committee thinks. So last 2 days was one of my memorable time in the MUN journey as a whole, because after 1.5 years, I have been doing a committee hour like this. Because from 10 to 7, because if you guys know, it is a usual in-person MUN style, keeping MUN from 10 to 7. Mostly all the online MUNs will keep it like a 3-hour or 4-hour committee, which will make it very short with discussions and everything. But CSW, I would say, would be the best committee in this, because it's a pride for us. Although like WHO would be good, I'm not telling, but for us it's a personal pride, because from day one or from the ROP session itself, we were interacting with delegates a lot, and like even teachers, like what to say, even Sandeep sir was there, Vijaya ma'am, Riya ma'am, and Abba ma'am, everybody was there in our committee. They were interacting very good. even each one of the delegates. We had good time of informal discussions, formal discussion, everything we did. We had fight in between, changing of allotments, everything. So I think like this committee would be really memorable for me, and it's my second time coming to Woodridge because I was there in Conrad MUN also, and I was there in the Woodridge committee itself. So it's like right now for a tradition for me, like a school feeling is there for me because coming again and again doing Woodridge MUN. So, and I was a person who thought that this time Woodridge would do a in-person MUN because there were thoughts for that, and I was eager to come into Maharashtra because I haven't seen Maharashtra till now. So I'm hoping again, like as I said to my last people, like Tanishka and everybody was there in my committee last time. So as I said to them that maybe next year we will see in person and then we will do an MUN. So I'm hoping that at least next year we would see in person and like see everything if what it is doing. Even as a spectator, I'm ready to come because I need to see. And this school is having a special, what to say, feeling inside me from that MUN itself. So yeah, hoping that we will meet soon and all the best for you. Just one thing to say, that all of you are interested in like recent global issues and everything, start reading newspaper. Okay, like this is what my people, like my mentors used to say. This will help you a lot. Like for me it was waste of time when I heard this, but whatever I said in my committee, my delegates know from wherever I got the information is just the newspaper which comes every day, any time of the day, even if it's night, just go and read that. That is more than enough. And with that said, Ovi, are you there?
Yes, yes,
Yeah,
I'm
go
here.
ahead.
All right. Firstly, I'd like to mention many things. I'm sorry if that makes you bored or anything. But firstly, this MUN is really good. Let me talk about the committee first. So there are many first timers still, and the portfolio change was there. Still, they coped up so well, and they came back on the second day with a bang, and the committee went so well. I was highly impressed, and it was a very fruitful committee. And the second thing I'd like to say here about this conference and about this school, I felt like home here. Like when we say that our school is a second home, I felt like that here because personally I'm a Maharashtrian, but I live in Delhi. And I could feel that if I lived in Maharashtra and I would go to a school, I would be here. That is how I felt like, because all of the teachers are so well. Sandeep sir is so good, and I felt it was a very hospitable environment, and it was very amiable, and I love that. Rojan, you can tell the awards. First of all, you can start with the best delegate in HiCom.
I think we can do it in the reverse order so that that best delegate will be there in the mention. So yeah, go ahead.
Okay. So we gave many awards especially because of the second day. We enjoyed everything, right? So I would start with the verbal mentions. They are not in a particular order. So you all were really good. So I would say the verbal mentions. We have Pakistan, United Kingdom, France, and Russia. Congratulations to each and every one of you. You did amazing. And now I would say the special mention. Right. Trojan, can you go ahead with the special mentions in the HiCom?
Yeah, fine, that's fine. So regarding the special mention and the high com, it was really hard for us because like whom to give, because this awards was the really hard part for us. We waited till the working paper get passed, even like whether there will be a variation or anything in the committee, but still delegates were competing each other. And like, so what we thought was that, yeah, anyway, we need to give the awards to at least motivate them. So in no particular order, the special mention goes to the delegate of Yemen and the delegate of Iran. And Ovi, are you going with the high commendation?
All right. Okay, I'll
Yeah.
go with the high commendation. Right. So high commendation one goes to the delegate of India. It was really good. I could see your enthusiasm and how you spoke so well in the committee. It was commendable. High commendation one goes to the delegate of India. High commendation two goes to the delegate of Palestine. Again, amazing. High commendation three is kind of, you'll be like, how did this happen? But the amount of speeches, the points that were there was again top notch level. So high commendation three goes to the delegate of China.
I need to say one thing about him. On day one, he was a delegate of Venezuela, and he was not having a lot of content to pour into the committee. So he was sitting on one side, and he was not doing anything a lot. Okay, but day two, all those who were there in the committee know, even from teachers to everybody, know how impact he made in the committee. So that was how it went. And right now to the best delegate. So all the other delegates who are in the row plus this delegate. So this delegate was having a stern decision from the very beginning of the committee, and I feel that telling us a first timer is even like a dream for us because he did so well. And like even that nation is a very hard thing to like manage in every grounds. And I'm proud to say that this was my allotment also in my first time even. So it's none other than the delegate of Japan. So congratulations, delegates, and to all those who haven't like received the awards, don't feel bad because you itself know how competitive each other were, how fun we had. So the memories and experience is something which make us move forward and do more MUNs and like be active always. Yeah, thank you.
Thank you, EB members. Now I request the EB members of WHO to take the floor to express their views about the MUN and give away the prizes.
Greetings, everyone. Am I audible? Perfect. So before starting, I just want to, first of all, I just want to thank and to be very honest, like my entry in this MUN was such a wild card. Like just 3 or 4 days before I get to know that I'm chairing in this committee, and I felt really happy for the energy shown by the delegates. Well, obviously not, but yeah, the briefing session was one of the disappointing point for me as well as for the vice chair. And at that time, because everyone was having their cameras switched off and no one was replying actually, and like things were going so offbeat. But but I don't know what happened actually on the first day and today. Like the delegates were full of energy, full of questions, speeches, and every part. Like the part was perfect, and there were some flaws, but still it was perfect. And being honest, I enjoyed being among all these people. I just enjoy being here in this Woodbridge school, and the immune was amazing. And also, thank you for my my vice chair. He was so helpful, and the secretary general, especially secretary general and director general, who were there like 24/7 for us to for clearing a doubt, for mattresses, for confessions, for entertainment session and breaks. And there were so many things, like so many things they were helping us with allotments and with small silly doubts and stuff. And so without taking much of the conference time, I would like to just come down to the awards, as we are just having 3 awards plus one best position paper. But still, for me, every delegate just did well, and that's it. That's all I want to say. Over to you, Vice Chair. Anything else?
Yeah. Thank you, Vanyan, for having me here. Again, even my journey into this conference was all of a sudden when I get a text from the Director General. This is the conference WH-MUN and would you do it? I was like, okay. Then she like send your CV. I ghosted her for a day and then I sent the next day my CV. Uh, but then it was a really great experience being with each and everyone here, uh, especially the secretariat, the secretary general and the director general. They were really there for us. Even while in the orientation session, we were like, we don't know how this committee is going to take up. But these two people were the ones who were there. Ki, no, we'll do it. You guys come up on Saturday and Sunday, and everything will be fine. And they made sure everything was fine. And not just for the conference, they even made sure that the executive board was there by waking up us morning 9:30 calls from both of them. Thank you guys for waking me up at least. Next up, for the especially the school and the management. Okay, to be very honest, even it's been 3 years that I've passed on from a school, and my school did not have any MUN as such, so I never got an experience of an MUN. I started my mining career in my college itself when I went for my first year. So from then, I wish I had something of this sort, and all the efforts that the management took in, even to sit down, to come to the committees, listening to us, and looking that everything is going perfectly fine and not. This is really a great effort, and I don't know what I have to say for all those people who really were the back end of the heart of this conference, apart from the secretariat. Now coming up the delegates of our committee, they were really great as such because the amount of development they have shown from orientation to day 1 to day 2 is tremendous, even though we disappointed each one of them by failing the draft resolution. But I guess it's learning the harder way. I hope they'll remember that and they'll use it for the rest of their life. Uh, well, this MUN was also a great experience as such because I was manning after a long period of time, which I've taken a break from my uh, college and everything. So, without further ado, we'll move to the awards. Over to you, Satyajit.
Okay, so we will go like from the bottom line, the special mention, the high commendation, and best delegate. We are just keeping three awards, but every delegate is a winner in um, itself. And please just don't like if you guys just like there is no biasness or something because we really know you guys and like you all are the new faces for us. So if you guys think or like there is some biasness or something, just feel free to message me or the vice chair anytime. Like there is like हम 3 बजे तक जगते ही जगते हैं तो like आज तो आप कॉल और मैसेज भी कर सकते हो, no issues. And we will also send you the markings or something, so there will be no space for doubts or something. So yeah, vice chair just go with the special mention in high com, and I will take the best del and the best position paper.
Yeah, sure. So okay, before as Satyajit mentioned, before starting the awards, it's like everyone is trust me a winner, and if you have learned something in the committee, you are a winner. And even if you're getting an award and you haven't learned, then I'm really sorry you did not win it. But I hope my committee, these people have learned something. So we'll start with the special mention. This goes to a delegate. It was, I guess, his second time, and he held back himself and did really great coming up with things. Even when there was a time when the executive board was bullying him, but then he did not stop to that, and he was great. Just that he missed on because he was such an important allotment, and there was a better expectation from that allotment. And this goes to the delegate of United States of America. Congratulations. And now the high commendation. The difference between the high commendation and the special mention is not really a great number. Again, this delegate was well researched. Like this was her second MUN, and I guess, and the amount of research that she had poured in, I don't know if I would have done that till my 10, 15 MUNs. So that's also really commendable, and the way she presented all herself and the way she lobbied for the stuff. This goes to the delegate of Russia. Congratulations, delegate. Over to you, Satyajit.
And now one of the most awaited delegate was, and yeah, just a guess, she's I don't know her experience or something, but she was the one who was talking so much in the committee, like it was nevertheless, like it was unmod or it was group or it was formal session, mod caucus, entertainment session, like she never misses a chance to speak. And she's a delegate of Singapore. Congratulations, delegate. Uh, Plus, we were not keeping the best position paper or something like that, but just it is just the last moment thing. And delegate of India, he just did an excellent job. So the best position paper goes to delegate of India. And also congratulations to all the delegates and all the best for future. Keep running, and just don't because as I said, just don't go for quantity, go for quality, because quality is what matters a lot. Because end of the day it doesn't matter तुमने कितने MUN किए हैं, but the thing in which matter is कि तुमने कितना अपना percent उसमें दिया है. Like if you think कि okay, everyone, this is for everyone, if you think कि आपने अपना 100% दिया है MUN में, you're the winner. But if there are some percent remaining, then it's not the end. Like just keep it for next time or or other time or some other time. But keep running, and all the best. Thank you so much, everyone, for calling me and the vice chair here. And hope to see you guys soon.
Thank you so much, EB members. I call upon the Secretary General and the Director General for the citation of honor.
Presenting the citation of honor for the chairperson of UNCSW, that is Mr. Rajan Saji. We have been privileged to have you as the chairperson of UNCSW and the WH-MUN. You are an encyclopedia in yourself with a vast experience of 105 MUNs. You have a penchant for perfection in your area of expertise. You acted as a delegate of the USA in order to explain to others how to emphatically put forth one's points. Money is indeed your passion and punctuality your key obsession. You have been a friendly and liberal chairperson who quickly got familiar with all the delegates. We are inspired by your ever upward and ever onward journey as a magnificent monarch. Thank you so much, chairperson.
Thank you, Mansi. Next, presenting to you the citation of honor for Mr. Satyajit Singh. We have been privileged to have you as the chairperson of WHO at the WH-MUN. You are a confident leader with an articulate way of expressing yourself. You have a knack of finding unique ways to solve worldly issues. Your friendly and calm approach comforted the delegates. You have made the committee a fun place to be with your timely humor. We are inspired by your ever upward and ever onward journey as a magnificent monarch. Thank you so much.
Thank you so much. It is a privilege to have Ms. Riya Kothari as chief guest for the concluding program of the first edition of Woodbridge High MUN. Riya Kothari ma'am has completed her graduation from Australia. She is a one-of-a-kind student who has scored 100% in the subject of tax laws. We can understand how she got naturally glued to the proceedings of the Woodbridge High MUN. She is a humble being with great creativity and clarity in her thoughts and actions. As our chairman Deepak sir has not been able to join due to some commitments, we request Riya Kothari ma'am to address us all.
Thank you. A very good evening to everyone present here. What a delightful couple of days this has been. I am honored and so very proud of the thought-provoking discussions, motions, and speeches given by our very own Woodbridge High delegates in the past 2 days. Dear delegates, these 2 days have been full on for you. Sandeep sir, the Board of Advisors, and the Secretariat members appreciate the enthusiasm, confidence, and maturity with which you held yourselves and made Woodbridge High proud. The motions put out in the past 2 days have been challenging and given you all a chance to study upon and make decisive decisions on healthcare, workplace equality, women's rights, and education. While the World Health Organization Committee extensively went over the COVID-19 pandemic with great tenacity shown by the members in the group. You know, students, all the above motions that you have all discussed, the laws and articles you researched before each agenda will take you forward in life ahead and help you critically analyze with great diplomacy. And I am so glad you had this window to learn and experience these situations at Woodbridge High MUN at such a young age. I would like to thank all the chairpersons in the 2 committees who collaborated and guided the young delegates into making this event a grand success by teaching them at every stage how to conduct themselves without offending other members' sentiments, without being politically incorrect and biased. These are all the skills one must possess in the world we live in today. Thank you for boosting their morale and encouraging them to research and bring factual knowledge to the table. I would like to acknowledge the Secretariat team who have been working tirelessly and doing their job with such diligence and sincerity. The teamwork you have portrayed is an example for further events at Woodridge High. I congratulate everyone, and I would like each one of you to take this learning ahead in the true spirit of Woodridge High, like our motto says, ever upward, ever onward. Thank you.
Anchors.
Sorry, my internet connection. Introducing to you the Secretary General of the Woodridge High MUN, Anisha Gugale. She's a grade 12 student who wants to pursue psychology as a career. She is a person totally committed to her work and gives her best in whatever she does. She's a passionate blogger and wishes to make a positive change in the mindset of people. She's an experienced munner with impressive debating skills. Anisha, being an eloquent speaker, loves to give speeches as well. She's an extrovert kind of person who loves to interact with new people and make friends. She has given her best to make this conference a success. Over to you, Anisha.
Thank you, Rule. After our school's first ever MUN has come to a close, I would like to offer my sincere thanks to all the people who made this event possible. To the Secretariat Board for giving their best for this event and managing every fine detail. I would also like to thank the Board of Advisors, especially Sandeep Malu sir, for giving their precious knowledge to ensure that the event is at its finest. My extreme appreciation to all the members of the EB who have assiduously guided and moderated all the participants. My gratitude and my happiness towards the success of this event, hoping you will be inspired to do more. The MUN is not a resolution, but a revolution. Thank you.
Anchors.
Oh, sorry again.
Thank you.
Thank you so much, everyone, for attending this Woodridge High MUN.
Thank you so much, everyone. Have a lovely evening ahead.
Thank you, EB. Thank you, delegates, for joining us.
See you in the classrooms tomorrow morning.
Thank you, sir.
Thank you, sir.